So, hi guys, a very good afternoon, good morning. In fact, I'm Jashin Kapani. I'm the founder and CEO of I'm Decor Design. We're in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions. It's a Tuesday. It's a start to a new day and stuff. And I'm here doing my stuff at my office after a forced break for a few weeks and months and stuff. And as I get back to the stuff that I have to do, I'm trying to get back to my formal and professional way of looking at things and stuff. And I've got this interesting read before me, which is talking about business income versus salary because. When you've been a little unwell and you've been at home and you've been kind of visiting the doctors off and on, this question of do you want to continue being a professional or do you want to continue being a business person or do you want to still be an entrepreneur or do you want to be a creative person or do you want to be doing something of your own persistently plays on your mind. So I'm sure it happens to a lot of people that they kind of evaluate and they kind of look at their careers and stuff from a different dimension. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about this, that now that I've kind of gotten back to what I've been doing and I want to kind of keep going further, would it be an ideal approach to have taken in a job, or would it be a great idea to kind of continue with your business plans and intentions when you got, let's say, God forbid, health concerns, or you got a calamity, or you got a crisis, or whatever? So this book is really kind of resonating, and it's kind of speaking very well about both the perspectives. Corona has been one of the biggest lessons. A lot of people have come out of it, but I still see some people going through the Corona uh, issues and concerns and stuff. But we see a lot of positivity around. But I guess it's to each one his own, and it depends on how you look at it and what is your aspirational or what is your business goal and stuff. Some people are very happy with achieving less and some people are not happy achieving a lot, and some people are okay with the idea of what's happening and what's not happening because they remain neutral about it and stuff. So this is a read of a healthcare technology provider. So he was living abroad and he came back to India, and he says, I got interviewed in three organizations and I joined one of them, which was McKinsey and Company. After a couple of years, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and this was in my late 1990s. But then the salaries would go up only by 30-40% every year. First of all, I started thinking it was a high amount, and then my compensation would double every 2 years. So I left my job, and I took up. So when I left that job, my salary would be approximately 17-20 lakhs, which was a lot of money in the end of 1999. He says it was becoming very expensive to be an entrepreneur, and as always and as usual, people believe that entrepreneurship is risky, and the risk of being an entrepreneur is the opportunity equivalent to the salary you would have earned. And I thought this was a wrong logic because it was the wrong way of looking at things. And this is something which I think many people would have learned during Corona, and I also kind of believe this, that financial frugality, or fragility, whatever you may call it, is very important because what happens is that when you have your graphs going up or down because of, let's say, a calamity, or you have something like a corona, and then you bounce back and stuff, you can see the difference in the graph. Many times it's not as good as what you would projected and thought of and stuff, and many people have lost their jobs, and many people are kind of still struggling to get back to where they left it and how they left it because of whatever losses they have, or they've not been able to come out of it. So one way of looking at it is to kind of look at your cost of living. So the way I see it is that I could do a lot of shopping in branded showrooms, and I can eat at the most expensive of hotels and restaurants and stuff. But the point is this: when it comes to shopping and stuff, I can always have an alternate plan, or I can have another strategy where I can shop at not so expensive places, and not eat always at very expensive places and stuff, because financial fragility is something which kind of benefits you in this particular fashion. Because let's say if you bought a shirt of 5,000 bucks, and you're very happy with it, and it's happened to me. I mean, I've bought expensive clothes, and The good part about buying from a big brand is that it lasts with you for many years, but the other side of it is that you're not able to get over it, or you're not going to be doing away with it and stuff, because it's got such a good quality. It lasts for many years and stuff. But at the same time, if you were supposed to, let's say, buy cheaper clothes, let's say you buy something for $1,000, or let's say $1,500, you could actually end up buying three or four different shirts and stuff. And in this way, your fashion sense is also better, and you have more variety and stuff. I'm not saying do away with the expensive brand shopping and stuff, but the point is remaining flexible about it. And this is the way he's addressed it here. He shared this the same thought, that he says, after looking at the way my life was going and my entrepreneurship plans and stuff, I decided to keep my cost of living modest. And it's not like people don't have money and that's why they choose to not spend and stuff, or they're broke, or they're not rich or stuff. But the point is this: they think differently, they act differently and stuff. So at different stages, you're different. There's nothing wrong in having aspirations. There's nothing wrong in having expensive clothes. There's nothing wrong in having cheap stuff. But the point is, why would you risk spending a lot when you're kind of not sure of the income, or when you're taking a risk in, let's say, entrepreneurship or a new setup? So he says that I brought down my spending capacity, and I was living on a modest rupees 100, let's say, kind of model.